What is Brad Pitt's net worth and salary? Brad Pitt is an award-winning actor and producer who has a net worth of $400 million. Brad Pitt is one of the most famous and highest paid entertainers in the world. He consistently earns a minimum of $20 million for major motion picture releases. He earned $30 million upfront salary for the 2025 Apple TV movie F1. At the time, it was his career high payday, but he very quickly broke that record when a few months later Apple TV paid him $35 million to co-star with George Clooney in the 2024 movie Wolves. Brad Pitt is one of the most successful and enduring actors of his generation, known for his blend of leading man charisma, offbeat role choices, and acclaimed performances across multiple decades. He rose to prominence in the early 1990s with breakout roles in Thelma and Louise, A River Runs Through It, and Legends of the Fall. By the mid-90s, Pitt was combining heartthrob status with critical respect, earning praise for edgier work in films like Say 7N, 12 Monkeys, which earned him an Oscar nomination, and Fight Club. His ability to oscillate between major blockbusters and daring, unconventional roles helped solidify his A-list status. In the 2000s, Pitt expanded his reach, starring in hits like Troy, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the Ocean's 11 trilogy, while also taking on more complex roles in films such as Babel, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which brought him a second Academy Award nomination. He continued this balance in the 2010s with acclaimed performances in Moneyball and The Big Short, both of which he also produced through his company, Plan B Entertainment. As a producer, Pitt has helped bring to life several Oscar-winning films, including 12 Years a Slave, Moonlight, and The Departed. In 2020, he won his first acting Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Early Life. William Bradley Pitt was born on December 18, 1963, in Shawnee, Oklahoma, to Jane Etta, a school counselor, and William Alvin Pitt, who ran a trucking company. Shortly after his birth, the family relocated to Springfield, Missouri, where Brad was raised alongside his younger brother Doug and sister Julie. Growing up in the Midwest, Pitt described his childhood as fairly typical, filled with church-going sports and outdoor activities. He attended Kickapoo High School, where he was active in golf, tennis, wrestling, and student government. After graduation, Pitt enrolled at the University of Missouri in Columbia, where he majored in journalism with a concentration in advertising. Although he was just 2 credits short of finishing his degree, a growing interest in acting began to pull his attention elsewhere. Realizing that Hollywood was the epicenter of the film industry, he made a bold decision. He dropped out of college just weeks before graduation and moved to Los Angeles to pursue a career in acting. Brad Pitt's earliest credited film role was a background appearance in the 1987 comedy Hunk, followed by blink and you'll miss it moments in films like No Way Out, where he appears briefly in the background of a scene with Kevin Costner. Throughout the late 1980s, he worked steadily in television, earning guest spots on shows such as Dallas, Head of the Class, Growing Pains, and 21 Jump Street. These appearances gradually helped him build enough momentum to break into feature films. Pitt's breakthrough came in 1991 with his scene-stealing supporting role in Ridley Scott's Thelma and Louise. His portrayal of a charming drifter named JD turned him into an overnight sex symbol and immediately put him on the radar of casting directors across Hollywood. He quickly transitioned to leading roles, starring in A River Runs Through It 1992, which showcased his range and earned widespread critical acclaim. Pitt followed with a series of ambitious roles in films like California and Interview with the Vampire, the latter pairing him with Tom Cruise in a box office hit. In 1995, Pitt solidified his status as a serious actor with 2 major performances. First, he starred opposite Morgan Freeman in David Fincher's crime thriller Say 7N, a global box office success that grossed over $327 million and became one of the decade's most influential films. That same year, he played a disturbed time traveler in Terry Gilliam's 12 Monkeys, a role that earned him a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor and his first Academy Award nomination. Over the next 2 decades, Pitt developed a career that balanced blockbuster appeal with artistic ambition. He starred in cult favorites like Fight Club 1999, historical epics like Troy 2004, and stylish ensembles like the Ocean's 11 trilogy. His performances in Babel 2006, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button 2008, and Moneyball 2011 brought him further Oscar nominations and critical recognition. In 2019, he earned his first Academy Award for acting, winning Best Supporting Actor for his role as Cliff Booth in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Pitt also headlined major commercial hits like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, World War Z, and Bullet Train, proving his enduring box office power. In recent years, he starred in Damien Chazelle's Babylon and continued to push creative boundaries. In addition to acting, Pitt has remained active as a producer through his company, Plan B Entertainment, which has produced award-winning films like 12 Years a Slave, Moonlight, The Big Short, and Minari. In 2025, Brad starred in the Formula One racing film F1 Inch for Apple TV. For this project, he was paid $30 million up front, Plan B. In November 2001, Brad Pitt co-founded Plan B Entertainment with his wife at the time, Jennifer Aniston, super producer Brad Gray, and several other executives. Following Pitt and Aniston's divorce, Pitt bought out her stake in the company for an undisclosed sum, ultimately becoming the sole owner after Gray departed to run Paramount Pictures. Plan B quickly became one of the most prestigious independent production companies in Hollywood, known for backing critically acclaimed award-winning films. In October 2022, it was revealed that Pitt was selling a 60% stake in Plan B to French media conglomerate MediaOne. The deal reportedly valued the company at $300 million and was structured as 50% cash and 50% MediaOne stock. That means MediaOne paid $180 million, $90 million in cash and $90 million in equity, to acquire a controlling interest. Assuming Pitt personally owned 60% of Plan B prior to the deal, he either exited entirely and took the full payout, or more likely, he sold approximately half of his stake and shared the windfall with his remaining partners. To date, Plan B's films have generated over $3 billion in worldwide box office revenue from just $1 billion in production budgets. The company's top-grossing title is World War Z, which earned $530 million globally, followed by Troy, which brought in $483 million. Notable salaries. Brad Pitt's first significant payday was just $6,000 for his brief but memorable role in Thelma and Louise, 1991. 2 years later, he earned $500,000 for California, roughly equivalent to $1 million today with inflation. His star quickly rose, and by 1995, he was earning $4 million for Seven. The following year, he secured his first $10 million paycheck for Sleepers, and then another $10 million for 7 years in Tibet. By the late 1990s, Pitt's standard rate had risen to $17.5 million per film, a figure he earned for hits like Meet Joe Black, Fight Club, Spy Game, and Troy. In 2005, he received $20 million from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and that figure became his standard fee for most leading roles where he is not also serving as producer. He has occasionally accepted reduced salaries for projects he's passionate about. For example, he took just $10 million to star in Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. For Ocean's 11, he also accepted a lower upfront salary, $10 million, in exchange for a share of back-end profits. That decision paid off handsomely, ultimately earning him $30 million once the film's success was tallied. In more recent years, Pitt has continued to command top-dollar fees. He earned $30 million for the 2025 Apple TV Formula One drama F1, and $35 million for the 2024 Apple TV thriller Wolves. As a film producer, Pitt has earned untold additional millions, perhaps more than what he has earned during his career as an actor. Biggest box office successes. Here are Brad Pitt's 10 biggest box office successes. Personal life. As noted earlier, Brad Pitt was previously married to actress Jennifer Aniston. The couple wed in 2000 and divorced in 2005. Their split sparked widespread tabloid speculation, fueled by rumors that Pitt had begun a romantic relationship with his Mr. and Mrs. Smith co-star, Angelina Jolie. Pitt and Jolie were together for nearly a decade before marrying in 2014. They officially separated in 2016 and finalized their divorce in 2019, though a protracted legal battle over custody and financial matters continued for years afterward. Pitt and Jolie share 6 children, a mix of biological and adopted. Following the birth of their daughter, Shiloh, the couple sold the North American photo rights to People magazine for $4.1 million and the British rights to Hello for $3.5 million, netting a combined $7.6 million. After the birth of their twins, Knox and Vivienne, they sold exclusive photo rights again for a staggering $15 million. That remains the most expensive celebrity photograph of all time. In 2022, Pitt began dating jewelry designer Inez de Ramon. Angelina Jolie divorce settlement. After years of bitter legal wars, in January 2025, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie finally reached a divorce settlement. According to various reports, Angelina received a total of $80 million as a settlement from Brad. Roughly $64 million came from her sale of the winery they formerly owned together. She was also allowed to keep $11.5 million that was earned from selling a Winston Churchill painting that she received as a gift from Pitt. Philanthropy. Pitt has been actively involved with a number of humanitarian causes throughout his career. He has donated generously to the ON Campaign, Make It Right Foundation, and Global Humanitarian Aid Fund, Jolie Pitt Foundation, which he co-founded with partner Angelina Jolie. In 2010, Pitt and Jolie donated $1 million to Doctors Without Borders in the wake of the Haiti earthquake. Through the Jolie-Pitt Foundation, the couple donated tens of millions of dollars to charity. Through the Make It Right Foundation, he built 150 affordable homes in New Orleans' 9th Ward in response to Hurricane Katrina. Los Feliz Estate. Brad owns an impressive portfolio of real estate that includes properties around the world that are valued at over $100 million cumulatively. From 1994 to 2023, Brad Pitt's primary home base in LA was a compound that he pieced together over the years through multiple transactions. Brad reportedly sold this mansion in March 2023 for $39 million after quietly shopping it around a few weeks prior. It was never officially listed on the MLS. Located in LA's Los Feliz neighborhood today, the property is actually made up of 5 contiguous parcels that span just under 2 acres. The property has 4 homes, including a 600 square foot main house, a skateboard park, a swimming pool, and more. Brad bought his first parcel in the compound in 1994 for $1.7 million. The seller was the actress Cassandra Peterson, who famously portrays the Elvira character. Cassandra was convinced the house was haunted. Cassandra said of the home, "Something weird was going on. Footsteps above my head on the ceiling. Clouds of smoke forming into what looked like a human and then disappearing. A black shadow floating on the bottom of the pool that wouldn't go away." After a priest performed an exorcism in the home and a Native American cleansed the home with sage, it seemed to all go away. The primary home has 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms spread over 7,000 square feet of living space. Here's how the estate looked in 1997 after he had purchased several nearby estates, but before he had combined them into a contiguous single property. Other real estate. During his marriage to Jennifer Aniston, the former couple lived in an 11,000 square foot Wallace Neff designed mansion in Beverly Hills. They bought this property in 2001 for $12.5 million, 1 year after getting married. They proceeded to perform a complete renovation that took 3 years. After breaking up and finalizing their divorce, Brad and Jennifer sold the home for $28 million. In March 2020, this home sold for $44.5 million. Here is a video tour of the former Pitt/Aniston Beverly Hills mansion. In 2000, Brad paid $4 million for a beach house set on 15 acres north of Santa Barbara in the town of Goleta, California. In late 2006, around the time he was planning the construction of 150 affordable homes in New Orleans, Pitt spent $3.5 million on a historic mansion in the city's famous French Quarter. Pitt and Jolie listed the home for sale in 2015 for $6.5 million, but ultimately took the property off the market after not finding a buyer. In 2004, Brad paid $8.4 million for a bluff-top mansion in Malibu, California. He sold this home in December 2011 to Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi for $12 million. Just 6 months later, Ellen and Portia sold it to a new buyer for $13 million. In October 2022, this buyer sold the home for $45 million to a married pair of fashion entrepreneurs with close ties to Kim Kardashian. In 2015, Brad bought a villa on the Spanish island of Majorca for $3.7 million. In July 2022, Brad paid $40 million for an architecturally significant historic home in Carmel Highlands, California. In April 2023, Pitt bought the Los Feliz home owned by Getty oil heiress Aileen Getty for $5.5 million. He sold this home in September 2025 to actor Austin Butler for $5.2 million. In July 2025, Pitt paid $12 million for yet another Los Feliz home. This one was sold by the Killer's lead guitarist Dave Cuning. Chateau Miraval. In 2008, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie spent a mouth-watering $67 million on a 200-acre winery in the south of France called Chateau Miraval. Chateau Miraval is one of the top producers of rosé, with its bottles available at most high-end grocery stores in the US. The main house on the property reportedly has 35 rooms, several guest houses, and a recording studio. They actually married at the chateau in 2014. This property became a major point of contention during their divorce proceedings, and reportedly caused the final settlement to drag on for years. They did eventually reach a settlement that likely involved an agreement that they would either sell the property down the road or allow their children to be the primary heirs.